Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Stefan playing Stellaris, and today we're going to continue on with episode 4 of our series as the Purifiers and the Admiral difficulty. Let's begin. So, curiously enough, both of the fallen empires are actually blocking the borders to an unidentified empire, and I'm assuming it's the same exact one. That means that it's right over in this region of space, and possibly even has access to this area. However, I'm not sure because I don't have info on these hyperlanes. I only know that this hyperlane leads here, so it's very possible that an empire is blocked and sandwiched right between these two. However, it's also possible that one of these stars actually has a hyperlane leading to the inner branch of the galaxy. Regardless, we're not going to be able to face off against this empire for quite some time. This is due to the fact that all access is blocked, and the closest I'll be able to get to it is further down the branch. Also, I'm willing to bet that there's going to be an empire right over in this region of space, and let's see if I'm right. Shared knowledge. The recent scientist edition Eshnora has put her knowledge of technology to good use. Her shared insights have pushed our physics research to new heights. Our research into technologies is furthered. Interesting.
Technology secured.
Oh my, we get 2 techs. So we get subspace sensors, which is quite nice. And we also get a defense grid supercomputer. Also great. So that means that in addition to her being a freaking amazing scientist, we also got 2 free techs. Alright, looks like we also have a wormhole. That's going to be quite interesting because that's going to lead to somewhere in the galaxy. And that's going to expand our opportunities to invade and conquer other Xeno empires.
Technology secured.
And we have extra research alternatives. Now I think I'm going to go for Hyperdrive 2. That's going to really help me in getting my science ships around as well as construction ships. And I'm not sure whether or not the warp drive tech is within the hyperdrive tree, but hopefully it is, and so I do want to check out this area of the galaxy. Excellent. Now I have 8 science ships that should survey the galaxy very quickly. I'm also going to actually invest 950 credits into an education campaign so that these leaders level up much faster. Also, looking back through the traditions, it seems that they buffed One Vision once more. They actually added Unity to it once again. For a while they just removed it and stuck governing ethics attraction on it, and that was pretty much useless. I don't think I'm going to go for it just because I do need the Ascension perk slot for habitats, but that's quite interesting for anyone that would want to rush Unity and not have megastructures. I do love how wandering forests are migrating even though they actually are not moving. You know, it's possible that these wandering forests move over here and these wandering forests move over here. And in the end that does absolutely nothing, but this is quite fine, actually.
Technology secured.
And we have space trading. So for now I'm just going to go for Xeno Hydraulic Mastery because all the other ones are quite expensive and I really don't want biolabs. I also have a new tradition. At this point it doesn't really matter, so let's go for a Eeny Meeny Miny Mo. Never surrender! We have found a wormhole. We have detected what appears to be a naturally occurring subspace phenomenon on the edge of Teodora system. A rift in the very fabric of space-time has formed here, creating a wormhole that our scientists speculate might provide a conduct through subspace to another wormhole located somewhere else in our galaxy. Depending on where the second wormhole is located, this could potentially allow ships to travel from one end of the galaxy to the other in a matter of days. Unfortunately, this wormhole, like the vast majority of its kind, is inherently unstable. Any vessels foolish enough to pass through it will be ripped apart in seconds. If this could somehow be stabilized. I'm pretty sure you get a partially researched wormhole tech by just having the wormhole within your borders for some time. So if the wormhole tech appears, I won't go for it quite yet. Well, especially considering the fact that it's quite expensive. Interestingly enough, this Gaia world only goes by Jeteratmos 3. What this means is that this is likely not a holy world, but there's probably going to be some event surrounding the system. Anomaly. The atmosphere of Tara 2 is reflecting our sensors and radio frequencies. Something down there is interfering with our signals. Looks like it's a distant star's anomaly. Heavy metal frost. Boasting a scorching surface temperature and an atmosphere of corrosive mineral acids, Tara 2 possesses extreme weather conditions responsible for reflecting certain bandwidths of electromagnetic radiation. Heavy metal compounds heated in the planet's troposphere rise in the gaseous form to high elevations, whereupon they rapidly cool, solidify, and rain back down to the surface. Simply put, it snows metal on the surface of Teotera 2. I do like the fact that the minerals are added to the existing mineral amount. So now this is quite a potent system despite the fact that it's poor quality. As expected, there is an empire in this direction. An encounter is MENACE. We have encountered some sort of alien vessels in MENACE system. These are now the Samke MENACE. Let's not investigate those just yet. I want to rush to this choke point, so that's going to mean surveying these systems. So I'm going to survey that. I'm going to survey that. And hopefully get to this choke point. I will also start building up my fleet. So I think for now I'm going to go for a nice balance of lasers and mass drivers. I'll see what the other empire has, and hopefully I'll be able to specialize on one aspect. The fact that these systems don't actually connect to any of these other ones is quite surprising, so that means that there's a single bridge, and that means that there's going to be a single choke point that we can exploit. Oh god, they're pretty large. So interestingly enough, we get a connection from the Commerce Exchange first, before establishing communications with the Republic of Tirthanus. Let's talk to the traders first, because I want to save the good stuff for last. I speak on behalf of the Rigon Commerce Exchange. We have facilitated trade negotiations between interested parties in a starbase in the Vega system for more than 1,000 of your years. If you happen to possess more minerals, food, or energy than you need, we are more than willing to take it off your hands. It will be duly compensated, of course, at a very, very bad rate. But I don't have to deal with you, traders. You're Xeno scum. Now we get to the good stuff. Get 32 influence. They're pacifists. What is this? We are the Republic of Tirthanus, a nation built on the principles of peaceful isolation and individual freedoms. Prime Minister Wadadub Uvinodnvjora, the current head of our government, requests that you leave us and pursue your nefarious alien agendas away from our territory. Well, this meeting is blessing, I guess. They're pacifists, so they're not going to attack. I had a pacifist neighbor last series as well, and looks like this is a continuing trend. This time, however, they are actually blocking us off, so that means that we do have to go to war offensively against them. But holy hell, what are the odds? Well, I guess first thing we gotta do is we gotta rush through these systems, secure them, and hopefully prepare for war and get it done as soon as possible. Are you serious? This is just an empty system with a Gaia world in it? Alright, so we get our survey completed. Through our survey of habitable worlds, our biologists have collected a vast amount of data on alien life forms. Many of our older theories of the development of life has been disproved, and our scientific community has had to build new models from scratch. Our most interesting findings have been displayed on the newly dedicated Museum of Exobiology on the Abyssal Genesis. The public is enthralled, and many donations have come to aid the continued research of strange life forms. We get 500 society research and 500 energy. That's kind of not a lot at this point, but you know what? Whatever. Scanners indicate an unusually high level of symmetry on the surface of Stellaris 3. Let's see. So we have robots? What? I've never seen that before. Guess we'll have to conquer some robots this time. That's interesting. And we have confirmation. Rudimentary robots. In studying the surface of Stellaris 3, the crew of the ISS Sagacious had discovered the ruins of an early space-age civilization. Though no living members of this civilization remain, the planet is still inhabited by the rudimentary robots they constructed. These robots still go about their tasks tirelessly repairing the crumbling infrastructure of their long-dead makers. Any future colonists may very be able to use these ancient robotic workforce. Nothing else, they're certainly proved themselves resilient. I also find it interesting that the information about the rudimentary robots was discovered before I actually researched the anomaly. So I guess this is a new thing. So I guess this is a Gaia world with free robots on it as a gift. And we have a pacifist empire. Is the game trying to tell me something? Like, I don't get it. And we got Starholds. You know, I really don't understand why armor has hyperlane detection range. I guess out of these, I'll just go for coil guns.
Technology secured.
And we also have Xenohydraulic Mastery. So right now, I think I'm just gonna go for Stellar Expansion and get some more starports. A diamond in the rough. After the study of Aggressiveness 4 has concluded, Science Officer Kirill Titov reports they have found the planet to be unusually rich in minerals. This discovery was made possible in large part due to a certain member of the ISS Sagacious crew. Kirill Titov praises the protege highly. I can either give them extra anomaly research speed, or gain a new scientist. I think this is going to actually put me over the limit, but I don't think it really matters. So let's gain a new scientist. Oh my, this is quite a powerful scientist. Spark of Genius, Industry, and Roamer. You know what? Since the Alcor system has a world on it, and it also borders the Pacifist, that means that I can use it as a fortress world. So I think I'm gonna, once this guy is done, I'll just actually skip over this system, pay the extra influence, and get it for sure. Also, conveniently enough, they inhibit Tundra worlds, so that means that all the worlds that they have, I'll be able to easily take over and subjugate.
Anomaly found.
An unusually deliberate geometric configuration of minerals drift through the debris field of SPO-11F and is possibly of alien origin. Careless pawing. According to a report from the crew of ISS Sagacious, their mission was a failure. Science Officer Kirill Titov allegedly took manual control of the probe sent to retrieve a sample from the cluster, resulting in a collision between the drone and a mineral cluster that, while mild, resulted in a mineral cluster breaking apart completely. The crew is careful to note that the experience have left Science Officer Kirill Titov somewhat shaken, and the mineral shards should still be of some value. I've had this anomaly in the previous playthrough, and I have to say, it's very different. So we have the option of its parts are equal to the sum of its parts, which gain us 1,500 minerals, and the Carefree trait, which is good in researching anomalies faster. Or we have 50 experience for Kirill Titov, and he gets the Stubborn trait. There really is no contest. Now we also finished up the Purity tree. Let's get Appropriation, and the 10% bonus to Unity.
Anomaly found.
A wavering signal haunts Rioma 5A, though it does not seem to originate from the planet's surface. The Ransomers, Emergency Buoy. An emergency transition buoy floats in gentle orbit around Rioma 5A. Its outer casing is heavily damaged, seemingly by glancing weapon fire or a powerful explosion. It might be a monstrous model for civilian ships, designed to be ejected in an emergency measure should the comm system fail, but the extent of the damage makes it impossible to tell for certain. It is repeating a weak, distorted signal. Now let's clean up the transmission and see what this is. So I'm going to build a colony ship, and then hopefully colonize Alcor as soon as possible. Alcor will be pure forts, and hopefully that'll help me in the war against the pacifists. SOS. The buoy has been verified as one of Mastrato make, and the signal it's relaying has been stabilized. Hello? This is the captain of the Luxion, a Mastrato civilian transport. Former captain, the Luxion is gone. We were boarded by pirates and taken captive before they blew up the ship. Who captured you? I think they call themselves the Ransomers? The Ransomeers? At any rate, they're a vile bunch. We'd all be dead already if they didn't think they could get something for us in the fangs of the abyss. I've overheard them discussing their demands. We will rescue you. Oh, thank you, Imperator. We're being hit in some space station, but I have no idea where we are beyond that. I will increase the transmission, but first for now, it should let you triangulate the location of this prison from the emergency buoy. Position recorded in the situation log. Alright, they have a decently sized 225 fleet, which just matches my fleet 1 for 1, so I think I'll actually build up a couple more ships before going for them. It also seems that I've researched all I can from the neighboring area, and so some of my scientists will go on and start researching anomalies, while the other ones will start assisting research on the actual planets. Just have hyperdrives. Perfect, now we can go for inhibitors. That way this system will be very secure against their assaults. Now we get to colonize Alcor 2, and now it will forever be known as the Abyssal Shield, for it will serve in the front line of our fight against the Republic of Ticnorus. So now I think I'm going to actually address the migrating forests, so I'll issue a study, and it'll only take 10 months. I'll also issue a drone study, to see what's up with those drones. Looks like the migrating forest problem's over. We have learned that the roaming forests with abyssal quarry avoid certain regions that are home to colonies of a native pseudo-insect. These insects secrete a pheromone that can be used to steer the wandering forests away from the population centers. Furthermore, the areas where the forests most frequently range have been closed off as nature reserves. Our biologists can learn much from studying this reserve from the neighboring regions. Ooh, this definitely seems new. Grey goo. After detailed analysis, Officer Bao Dang has discovered that the strange metallic substance coating the surface of Stellaris 1 is in fact comprises of billions and billions of nanites. These nanites are microscopic, self-replicating micro-machines, perhaps created by a pacifization for some unknown purpose. Volume and density of the nanite sludge is remarkable, adding billions of tons of mass to the underlying planet. It would appear that these tiny self-replicators entered a state of runaway reproduction at some point in the past, engulfing the planet and everything on it. In studying the nanites, the crew has made some exciting new findings that will undoubtedly aid us in some research. And we get assembly patterns. Interesting.
Technology secured.
So we get increased building build speed. Excellent. So I guess I can't actually build a mining station. I actually do need the living metal technology. So what I said in that other video was clearly wrong. And so I got a new tradition, and I will fulfill the requests of the party and get harmony. This will increase the pop growth speed by 25% and also eventually increase the happiness of all pops by 10. Since all my pops are already quite happy, the effects will actually come into play. And I'm also earning the full 2 influence from the 2 parties. Excellent.
Special project complete.
Alright, so we get the mining drone work ethic. The drones and their tireless, endless work of extracting the ever-diminishing resources from their local planetoids make for a somewhat dull but nevertheless informative subject of study. In fact, mining networks on the missile Genesis could stand to learn a thing or two from maximizing the mineral extraction rates while conserving energy. Additionally, we have found that the drones are not completely silent. They emit signal pings, though extremely infrequently and at a wavelength hard to isolate from background noise. If there is anyone left to receive these pings, may be a mystery of another time. We can either get extra damage dealt to them, or we can gain a permanent 5% mineral bonus. Let's go for that. We gained 4 minerals just from that. Ooh, illicit matter. The ISS Sagacious finds a disturbing tangle of technology hidden in a deep crater on the asteroid's surface. Evidently, someone has, with rather simple means, managed to stabilize a one-way wormhole, and Science Officer Kirill Titov quickly asserts that the asteroid is the exit point. The other end opens up somewhere in uncharted space some light years away from a black hole, and small quantities of dark matter are leaking, being siphoned through the wormhole. Whoever set this up seems to have abandoned this operation. We have found a dark matter deposit.
Technology secured.
And now I can go for ion thrusters because nothing else really seems to be interesting. And now I can order the ISS obligation to colonize their second Gaia world. So this will be quite interesting, working with the robots. I think I'll have to purge them all because robots are outlawed, but whatever. So since our other Gaia world was called the Abyssal Extension, this will now be the Abyssal Expansion. Oh, finally, my fleet has reached the ransomer system. The Pyre base, while fairly conspicuous, is obvious when you know what to look for. A fleet in confused formation slowly drifts out from behind the repurposed mining complex. They were obviously not expecting company. It has been, like 4 years at this point? Open comms. Hello again, Imperator. I take it monstrous ships are at the cause of all this commotion. Our host seems to be about ready to leave their posts. Boarding this place would probably end badly for everyone involved, but if you attack the base directly, I think we can make a break for one of the lifeboats. Please try not to blow us up on the way out. Very well. As the pirate base slowly tears itself apart in a savage chain reaction instigated by our military vessels, the search for the captive crew of Luxion begins. If they made it to a lifeboat, they should be attempting to hail us by now. Let's scan all frequencies. Success. Imperator, this is the crew of the Luxion. The plan went off without a hitch. Once you started bombarding the base directly, the guards took to their ships and we were able to break down the cell door. Lifeboats were unguarded, and it seems that you kept the pirates busy enough to not care much about their escape. Welcome home, jailbreakers. All's well, I guess. With the crew of the Luxion safely on their way back to the Abyssal Genesis, disaster has been averted. The Abyssal people are sure to glory in the decisive actions of the Fangs of the Abyss's Emperor. The situation with the kidnapping ransomer pirates as well as the pirate band itself has come to an end. Some questions remain, mainly relating to the much larger piratical navy that the captives claim to have seen through the potholes shortly after their capture. But considering the circumstances, it can safely be assumed that the threat appeared to be much greater than it actually was. Ransomers are over and done with. So now we get 80 influence and the savior modifier that grants us 10% extra happiness. I'm loving this.
Technology secured.
And now we got our 2 extra star bases. Excellent. At this point I think I'm going to go for cloning. I'll also build another base in the Mossad system. This will be more of a support base, since a single base should be enough against the Republic of Technoris. Alright, so I've just researched the crystalline entities that hang around in the system. The reports of strange free-floating crystal-like objects observed in certain systems have been investigated. The ship-sized objects and their slightly small but equally crystal-like satellites at first appear inert, but the sudden shifts in their orientation relative to their ships, and new energy signatures emerging from within the prisms indicate that they are reacting to the presence of Nostradal ships. The nature and origin of these crystals elude us at present, but there is something about their shape, their pristine angles, that resonates within the Nostradal soul. Fangs of the Abyss ought to take a step back and observe from a respectful distance. Now it looks like they changed this, so Easy Prey gives us a 33% damage modifier as well as 500 minerals per every destroyed fleet. Before you would have to issue an edict that would cost 100 influence to actually get that event, so I do like this change. However, we're spiritualists, and I believe that we do actually receive something from researching them. In any case, it's time to wrap up the episode. So we've expanded quite a bit. We've met the end of our expansion right here. It's quite frustrating that they're actually pacifists once again, but we'll go to war with them as soon as we can, possibly in the next episode or the episode after that. What I may also do is actually start destroying some of these mining drones and actually start claiming these systems, so the war with the Republic of Technoris may come at a later date. But in any case, war is coming, and it's coming soon. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.